School is approaching. School is approaching. I know y'all don't want to hear it, but has to be said, has to be heard. Whip out your math packets, get that reading done. School is coming. So, I know this is just the most random thing I could have ever thought of. Like, I just got all dressed and stuff, and it's like, I'm gonna film a video for y'all. But, let's get to it. I think it's important that freshmen feel understood, because I know when I walked into high school, I was just a mess. Even though you might like look really together and seem like you got your ish together, but you don't, you really don't. I know personally I was really confused and distraught walking into high school. I just had no idea where I was. I had the wrong schedule down, like, it was a mess. So, I want you to know that for incoming freshmen into high school, you really just don't stress about stupid stuff. That was my biggest problem. I was like, oh my god, like, I had this perception that once you go into high school you have to be like this perfect human being, and that's kind of the most wrong thing I ever thought, because this is when it goes downhill, guys. This is when all the flaws come out, because middle school and elementary school you're kind of a kid, and like high school you're still a kid, but it's like you're a grown-up kid, like you've matured somewhat. And I know, like, it's just so intimidating walking into a school where there are people 4 years older than you and they understand everything, and it's just really confusing. Or at least that's what I thought. I just wanted to talk to you guys because I never do this, and I wanted to rant, so here I am. For those people out there who are going to be freshmen in high school this year, I want to wish you the best. You shouldn't stress the stupid stuff. Like, I know for me, my personal thing is like, I'm so like, skin is like the biggest thing for me. Like, it's my biggest insecurity, and I don't know, walking around makeupless was always like a little weird for me, because I do love makeup, like I love putting it on anyway because I feel it's artistry, but I don't know, I really didn't like having acne and stuff like that. But it's like, if you really just take a second to step back and say, hold up, we're in high school, everyone's hitting puberty, everyone's got pimples, it's not a big deal, everyone has flaws, and it kind of doesn't matter. And I know I'm sitting here behind a camera with a face of foundation, but that's okay. I can do that too, you know what I mean? Like, it's whatever you're comfortable in. If you don't ever want to go makeupless, don't do it. But if you feel like you want to be able to have the choice of makeup, which was always what I wanted to do, is I like having the choice. Like, if I could wake up and I'm running late and I'm like, I just want to hop out the shower and go, I wish I could. Like, there were days where I'm like, why can't I do that? And it's like, you can. It doesn't matter. Everyone has pimples. Everyone has bad days. Everyone has bad hair days. It's just like, who cares? Like, that's actually like, it's just like, who cares? And then I'm like, oh my god, I care. Like, that's the problem. It's not what anyone else has to say, it's that I care. And that's my biggest obstacle to overcome, probably still, is that I'm always like, oh, who cares about that? Who cares about that? I'm the one that cares, so it's my problem. So it's really never, once you can get out of your own head about stupid stuff, everything will be so much easier, and I still am working on that. Grown-ups could be working on that, you know what I mean? Once you can get out of your head and stop psyching yourself out, it's so much easier from then on. It's, like, I remember stupid stuff, like, I would walk into the lunch line and try to get there really early so I wouldn't have to, like, interact with people. Like, it was just kind of scary, almost. Like, the first week, I was frightened. I didn't know how to do anything. I was in line and people would butt in front of me and I wouldn't say anything. And that's not my personality, to sit back and let people walk over me. So it's just, like, startling, kind of. But when the second week rolled around, I stepped up to my place and I was like, no, you cannot do that. Like, you need to stand up for yourself. Don't let people walk over you. Just because you're a freshman, I hate when people emphasize the fact that you're a freshman, blah, blah, blah. What of it? You were a freshman. Did people treat you like that? That's just wrong. Like, it's not even, like, it's just, like, the perception that freshmen are lesser than everybody else, and I didn't like that, personally. We had this, like, group page on Facebook where, for our grade, everyone can talk, and then there's also one for the whole, like, school where everyone can talk. And when when freshmen posted in the school one, someone would talk in our grade one, like, you can't post there, like, the upperclassmen are gonna get mad at us. Like, what do you care? Like, it's just so frustrating that people thought freshmen of as lesser, and I think that's wrong, and I'm here to set that straight, that we're not, or I was not, and you guys are not, and anyone incoming is not, and we're all on the equal playing field. The upperclassmen were sweethearts. I think it was the freshmen in their own heads saying, no, we cannot do this, we cannot do that, we cannot do that. Once you stop acting like a freshman and become a normal person that you are, like, if you worry about yourself, if everyone worried about themselves, we would have no problems. We wouldn't. Because you would keep yourself in check enough to realize that it doesn't matter. So, I don't know, that was just a little frustrating that people cared that much and made that big of a deal of freshmen. Personally, I think of everyone as the same. I had no problem after, like, the first month being myself completely. I'm a weirdo. I admit it. I'm loud. I talk a lot. I'm probably annoying to most people, but is what it is. That's me. And I would get, like, I know for me also in school, like, there was honors in college prep where honors is, like, more fast-paced, and I put myself in biology honors, and that was kind of a struggle for me, but if you study and put the time in, you'll be fine and you can do it, because it's just fast-paced, it's the same curriculum. But I don't know, that was frustrating for me, and when I would sit there and everyone else would have, like, 107s on the test, and I'm like, okay, well, like, I guess I could have studied more, I guess I could have done this. But it's just frustrating when people don't understand your perspective, and I get it. For those people coming in as freshmen, I understand your perspective, and it can be frustrating, and I do get that you're not perfect. And just know that not everyone's gonna expect you to be, but those people that are jerks, and you can just ignore them anyway. So, be yourself, have fun, because high school is actually so much fun. It's so much fun. Once you, like, just study and just do the schoolwork, it's not really that much extra. Like, when people are like, oh my god, homework, like, yeah, it's annoying, but if you just do it, like, just do it. It's not that hard. If you just, like, put the time in and the effort, it will be so worth it in the end, and you'll be proud. Like, I'm so happy to step back. Like, I finished freshman year, and I'm proud of my grades, and I'm happy with the way things went. And jump right in, get involved. I know people were, like, kind of annoying about that when we first came. I thought people were being kind of fakeish, like, oh yeah, get involved, and I was like, yeah, whatever. But then I actually did it, and it was so true that if you just jump right in, it's the best way to make friends, best way to meet people. It's amazing, and just, like, it's so good. I can't even explain to you. Like, I know freshman year fall, like, right coming in, like, I did preseason tennis, so that's, like, even before high school, like, I'm meeting people and I'm starting a sport. It's like, I'm not the best at tennis. Let's back up for a second. Yes, I went to camp before for tennis camp, but that was when I was younger, and no, I'm not any tennis prodigy or anything. I was on junior varsity, I played for fun, and I enjoyed myself, and I made friends, and that's what it's about. And if someone, and that's just, like, I think what's most important, if you're having fun, it doesn't matter if you're, like, amazing at what you're doing or not. It's just enjoy yourself. So I did that, and then that's kind of helped me get that helped me get acquainted, like, into the school and, like, into how things work. And then later in the year, around spring, so that's like 3/4, like, that's closer to the end of school, I would say, I joined track. Lord knows I cannot. Lord knows I am not a runner. Nor have I ever been. Oh Lord, I came up in there, I was like, this is kind of intimidating, it's another hurdle, ha ha ha, funny Isabel, it's another hurdle to overcome, aha. Okay, but so I did that, and now I can actually go for a run and feel good about myself, and that's just so nice. That is such a nice thing. So just because if you want to try something, just try it. Just do it. Worst comes to worst, you don't like it and you don't do it ever again. But if you could end up loving this and doing it for the next 4 years and making friends for 4 years, that's kind of amazing. Just be yourself. You're not going to evolve into some adult over the summer of 8th grade to 9th grade. No one expects you to. I know teachers seem like, oh, you're in high school now. I love when they pull out. I know when people go up in there and they're like, ha ha ha, trying to be friends with everybody. That's not what it's about. High school is not this popularity contest. Maybe that's how it's portrayed on the movies, but that's not what it's about. And when you find that group of friends that you're happy with, my core friends are like sisters to me, and I love them, and it's like I don't know what I would do without them. And those are the kind of people that make it what it is. And I was coming into high school like worried that no one's gonna like me, I'm not gonna have friends, I'm not gonna be able to talk to people, like I'm never gonna get situated, I don't know the map, I don't get it, and I was just like kind of like at a loss. But then it's like, stop feeling sorry for yourself, get your stuff together, and I don't know, you'll be fine, you're gonna have so much fun. That was my freshman rant. Yeah.